Hello dear learners, in today's video we are going to see about the factors affecting India's climate under the chapter Climate. Let's get started. So in the previous video we saw about the major the 6 major controls of the climate, and here we are going to see about the factors which affect the India's climate. Under this we have the 3 factors, that is the latitude, altitude, pressure and winds. So first we'll see about the latitude. Here, the moment you see the India map, you can see that it is almost divided into 2 equal halves. That is due to the Tropic of Cancer. So this Tropic of Cancer, it passes through the middle of the country from the Rann of Kutch in the west to Mizoram in the east. So almost the half of the country, it lies south of the Tropic of Cancer and it belongs to the tropical area. And all the remaining area north of the tropic, it lies in the subtropics. The India's climate has both the characteristics of the tropical as well as subtropical climates. The next one we'll see about the altitude. India has mountains to the north and with an average height of 6,000 meters, where the maximum elevation is about 30 meters in the vast coastal areas. The Himalayas, it acts as a barrier. Okay, it prevents the cold winds from the Central Asia from entering the subcontinent, and it is because of these mountains only that this subcontinent experiences the milder winters when you compare with that of the Central Asia. Now we'll see about the pressure and winds. Under the topic pressure and winds, we are going to see about 3 important atmospheric conditions, that is the pressure and surface winds, upper air circulation, western cyclonic disturbances and tropical cyclones in detail. First we'll see about the pressure and surface winds. So here if you see India, just imagine India is here. So India, it is lying in the northeasterly winds. Okay, so these winds originate from the subtropical high pressure belt and it moved towards the equatorial low. So we are not going to see about this subtropical high pressure belt. So we are going to focus only on in the northern hemisphere, because here only India is located. So what happens? They blow southwards. So from the subtropical high pressure belt, the wind will be blowing to the equatorial low pressure belt. So as it is moving southward, it gets deflected to the right. So it is not flowing straight down, but it is getting deflected. So this is due to the Coriolis force. So what is the Coriolis force? So this Coriolis force is an apparent force caused by the Earth's rotation. So we know Earth is rotating from west to east. Okay, so as it is rotating, this force is responsible for deflecting winds towards the right in the northern hemisphere and towards the left in the southern hemisphere. This is also known as the Ferrel's law. So due to this, from the subtropical high pressure to the equatorial low pressure, the wind will be deflecting towards the right in the northern hemisphere, and from the subtropical to the equatorial low, the wind will be deflecting in the left in the southern hemisphere. So this subtropical high, it will be originating from the land, so it will carry very little moisture and they blow over the land. So therefore they will bring a little rain or sometimes no rain. Pressure and wind system in India are unique. So during the winter, the north of the Himalayas, it experiences the high pressure. So where the low pressure it will be in the oceans to the south. Always the wind will be moving from the high pressure area to the low pressure area. So from the north of the Himalayas to the oceans, the cold and dry winds will blow. But what happens in the summer? So as we saw, the wind and pressure condition over India is unique. So in summer, over the northwestern India and over the interior Asia, there will be a low pressure area will be developed. So now what happens? Always the air will move from the high pressure area to the low pressure area. High pressure area over the southern Indian Ocean, it crosses the equator, turns right towards the Indian subcontinent, and these are known as the southwest monsoon. So it is coming from south and from the west direction. So it is a southwest monsoon winds, and these winds, as they are blowing over the warm oceans, they gather moisture and bring widespread rainfall over the mainland of India. Now we'll see about the upper air circulation. For that you need to know about the jet streams, because the upper air circulation, it is dominated by a westerly flow an important component of this flow is the jet stream. So we need to know about the jet stream. So what are jet streams? So the jet streams are bands of strong winds that generally blows from west to east. That is the westerly winds all across the world. So they form when the warm air masses meet the cold air masses in the atmosphere. So this jet stream exists in the mid to upper troposphere, and the speed of the wind, it varies about 110 km per hour in summer and 184 km per hour in winter. So we'll see about the jet stream. This is a picture of a jet stream. So we are talking about the factors affecting India's climate. So we'll take the subtropical jet stream, which will be crossing the India. So there are four main jet streams, the two polar jet streams and two subtropical jet streams. Subtropical westerly jet stream, it blows south of the Himalayas during winter. During summer, the subtropical westerly jet stream, it moves north of the Himalayas. Why it is moving north of the Himalayas? That is with the apparent movement of the sun. The shift will be there. So when they move north of the Himalayas, the tropical easterly jet comes into existence. So this starts from late June to September. So this tropical easterly jet streams, it flows from east to west over peninsular India, approximately over 14 degree north and over the northern Africa. Next we'll see about the western cyclonic disturbances. So these are the weather phenomena of the winter months brought in by the westerly flow from the Mediterranean region. So this they usually influence the weather of the north and northwestern regions of India. Next we'll see about the tropical cyclones. It occurs during the monsoon and also in October to November, and they are the part of the easterly flow. These disturbances affect the coastal regions of the country. Yes, dear learners, in this video we saw in detail about the factors affecting India's climate. In the next video we will be seeing about the Indian monsoon. Thank you, children.